Who getting ready?
I think for Mike Tyson, he's going to be very frustrated. He will want to lay a shot on him to get rid of him, but unfortunately, you slow down Father Time gets the better of us all.
The fight between Floyd Mayweather and Mike Tyson is closing in, and the tension around it feels almost unreal as both legends grind through brutal training camps. At 59, Tyson looks frighteningly powerful and disturbingly sharp, moving with a focus that suggests he is chasing something deeper than just an exhibition, pushing his body past limits most men would never dare test again.
You're good. You're in the perfect time, you're perfect place now. Where's Mike? Put everything together. So mentally, physically, we're excited, man. We're excited. If the fight was next Saturday, you will be ready. So we talk about Roy was 4 years ago. Today, Mike is much better than he was when he fought.
Meanwhile, 48-year-old Floyd Mayweather Jr. sharpens himself in silence, drilling endlessly to protect the speed, timing, and razor precision that built his untouchable legacy. Every movement calculated, every breath controlled, as if one mistake could shatter the illusion of invincibility he has guarded for decades. Rafael Cordell, Mike Tyson's trainer, insists that at 59, Tyson remains exceptional, still razor-sharp, driving through punishing training, hard sparring, and every routine with chilling strength and relentless focus.
Strong. Mike's just different. I've worked with some very exceptional athletes throughout my life, and they're all remarkable in their own way, but Mike's just a whole different animal.
What we doing?
We'll do one more set. Get 12 reps. It's the heaviest we've gone on this. So just focus on perfect form for 12 reps.
233 today, contact for 230.
12 is all we need.
I'm over to 225, 228.
Lean mean.
Big
Lean
chest.
mean.
1, there we go. 2, 3, 4, good work. 8, 4 more. 9, 10, 2 more, Mike. 11, and 12.
On the other hand, Floyd Mayweather Jr. has begun camp for the Mike Tyson showdown, smashing pads with blinding speed and precision. While the fight fuels massive excitement, it also sparks sharp criticism. Wade Plemons argues it is painful to watch legends step back in at this age just for a paycheck, bluntly labeling the spectacle a transparent money grab.
Exhibition ending thing, right? Where they both get their hands raised, no one gets touched, with any sort of violence or anything, and we leave going, yeah, that was super embarrassing. I just either wasted my money or wasted my time. But hey, good for Mike and Floyd that they got paid. You know what I mean? Like, they're asking us to watch a boxing match. We're going to go watch some sort of attempt to perform, but it won't be anything close to what we want. So yeah, man, I just think it's sad. I think it's embarrassing for Floyd mainly that he needs to keep doing this, and maybe a little bit for Mike. I feel more bad for Mike than anything. I feel a little bit more embarrassed for Floyd after flexing all that money for years and years to have to come back, and the tax man needs his 20 mil and the debt collectors need their 50 mil, and now he's in a lawsuit with Showtime because it's clearly becoming a financial issue with Floyd. That's an embarrassing thing for him, but maybe the same with Mike. It's just more sad. Like, you look at Mike like, damn, dude, this is what we have to do.
Former world champion Johnny Nelson weighed in on the looming exhibition between Floyd Mayweather Jr. and Mike Tyson, and his tone carried more warning than celebration. He dissected the matchup's uneasy balance, pointing to the glaring gap in size and the lightning contrast in speed, questioning how such extremes could truly be controlled once the bell rings and instincts take over. Nelson wondered aloud whether special rules would be crafted to contain the danger, to soften the collision between brute force and surgical precision. Yet he remained skeptical that any carefully drafted guidelines or quiet backstage scripts would survive the heat of the moment. In his view, Mayweather has never been a man to follow someone else's choreography inside the ropes, and Tyson, driven by pride and impulse, is even less likely to restrain himself. Once punches start flying, Nelson suggested, plans unravel, egos flare, and the fight could drift far from whatever safe blueprint was promised.
This is an argument that's going to be held out in public.
How's this going to work though? Because there's such a big disparity in size. As you said, there's going to be a huge difference in speed as well. Are there going to have to be some special rules in place for this fight?
Well, if there are rules, nobody's going to stick to them. I don't believe in a million years Floyd Mayweather is going to stick to any script that's been written in regards to this exhibition. And I don't think Mike will either. I don't think, if there's anything scripted, allegedly, they said with Mike and Jake Paul, I don't think whatever's written down, there's going to be anybody sticking to the rules, because this is beyond this, what we see on TV. This is beyond. This is personal. These two guys worked together previously and still do probably.
He framed the event as far more personal than a standard exhibition, pointing to the long history between the two men and the tense, uneasy exchanges he has observed over the years. Johnny Nelson made it clear this is not simple promotion but unresolved pride simmering beneath the surface. He revisited the age question, noting that Mike Tyson has already stepped in with much younger opponents like Jake Paul, highlighting the harsh reality of competing deep beyond prime athletic years. The body slows, reflexes fade, and recovery narrows, yet experience sharpens instinct and fuels defiance. Nelson suggested that this volatile mix of mileage, ego, and competitive fire makes the exhibition dangerously unpredictable. With both fighters driven by legacy and unwilling to yield, even small moments could spiral into something fierce. In his view, the clash stands on a thin edge where personal history, pride, and skill collide, turning what should be spectacle into something far more intense and uncertain.
And even though I think when it comes to a fan's favourite, I'm quite sure most of the fans would love to see Mike Tyson put Floyd in his place. And that's probably what will be the attraction as well. But you've got to remember, Mike Tyson's 59 years old. You've got to remember, Floyd Mayweather is still hitting the bag in the gym. He's still moving around, even though he's 48 years old. So you've got to remember that. So you're going to buy into it, no matter how disgusting you think this fight is, no matter what complaints you have about it, you're going to buy into it because you're going to see an argument played out in real life, real time.
Yeah, but can you understand, though, why a lot of fight fans don't want to see this? They don't want to see two guys who are past their best, two great champions, go out and fight each other and maybe tarnish their career in some way.
Completely. But you've got to remember, these guys are individuals, their fathers, their brothers, or whatever, and they still want to earn a massive chunk of money. Where's Mike Tyson? Whatever are they getting paid?
Many observers, including voices like Wade Plemons, have zeroed in on the storm of legal and financial turmoil surrounding Floyd Mayweather Jr., arguing that his looming exhibition with Mike Tyson feels driven more by urgency than legacy. Mayweather has launched a sweeping lawsuit in California against Showtime Networks and former Showtime Sports president Steven Espinoza, accusing them of orchestrating a prolonged financial scheme that allegedly left vast portions of his career fortune missing. The filing claims that roughly $340 million from marquee events, including his seismic clashes with Manny Pacquiao and Conor McGregor, was funneled into accounts beyond his control, masked by questionable documentation and records he could not fully access. The complaint cites breach of fiduciary duty, fraud, and unjust enrichment, seeking recovery of misdirected funds along with punitive damages. For some analysts, the timing is impossible to ignore. They interpret the courtroom battle, paired with his steady return to headline exhibitions, as a sign that financial strain, not competitive hunger, may be steering the undefeated icon's choices deep into retirement.
No sense. It made no sense how he looked coming up to the Jake Paul fight. He had abs again, which was crazy at 58, turning 59, man. If I have a portion of that still left at that age, then fair play to him. But yeah, man, this is sad. I don't have really any other words other than just this is disappointing. It speaks to the real problem in single athlete sports and really all sports. If you're mismanaging your money, and listen, there's a lot of money in boxing right now. And there was a lot of money in boxing when Mike Tyson was great, and there was a lot of money in boxing when Floyd was great. But if you don't have the right people around you, if you have people you can't trust, and it shows how scummy this business has been for a very long time. The Don King robbery of Mike Tyson. Apparently, allegedly, Floyd is saying Showtime and Al Heyman have done the same to him. We'll see how true that is. But if you're out here mismanaging your money, or people are mismanaging and stealing your money.
Meanwhile, others have offered a more sympathetic take on exhibitions featuring aging champions, arguing there is no dishner in chasing financial gain later in life, especially for athletes who have devoted decades to their craft and earned the right to profit from their legacy. From this perspective, the clash between legends like Mike Tyson and Floyd Mayweather Jr. is not desperation but a calculated, legitimate means to secure major earnings long after their competitive peak. These voices stress that extended careers carry inherent difficulties, from diminished physical output to the ongoing need to safeguard financial stability post-retirement, framing the exhibition as both practical and deserved.
Let them get their money. They're gonna make a lot of money. Mike Tyson makes the money to give to his kids. Floyd makes the money to show us, right? Let them make their money. Why not? It's the exhibition style. They got history. They don't like each other. They are two of the biggest imposing figures in boxing history. Mike Tyson, Floyd Mayweather, and Muhammad Ali. Right? So they gonna make a lot of money. A lot of people gonna tune in, and they gonna watch it. They don't like each other. So even though it's an exhibition style, you best believe it's not gonna count against their actual record, but it's a real fight. And Mike Tyson is not gonna hold back no punches like he did with Jake Paul. And Floyd Mayweather ain't gonna hold back no punches.
By stepping into high-profile exhibitions, fighters can turn their fame, hard-earned experience, and lasting skill into substantial income while remaining connected to fans and the sport that defined their lives. This view underscores respect for individual choice and career strategy, framing the pursuit of earnings through exhibitions as a savvy, proactive move rather than a sign of frailty or need. In the end, many interpret these bouts as both a tribute to enduring talent and a pragmatic recognition of the challenges athletes confront as they move beyond their prime years.
Against Mike Tyson, you could believe that this is gonna be a real fight. Once it's exhibition style, so it won't count against their box rec, and it's not sanctioned by a commission or any of that or that. But you best believe they're gonna wanna. So they're gonna make a lot of money, and it's gonna be entertaining because they don't like each other. There's bad blood. They're gonna let them fly, and neither one of them wants to go home saying they lost to the other one. Mike Tyson has been, making passes at trying to. He wanted to hit Floyd at the WBC convention. Remember that famous, epic moment where he walks up past Floyd and he's receiving his belt and he just flinches at Floyd, and Floyd don't budge. You're just looking at him, right? Mike Tyson always say he a scared little man walking around with all the security. They don't like each other. It's bad blood. So
Joe Rogan weighed in on the upcoming exhibition between Mike Tyson and Floyd Mayweather Jr., highlighting the unusual tension simmering between the two icons. He observed that their relationship is far from friendly and suggested both are likely to hunt for a knockout, injecting unpredictability and intensity into the bout. Rogan called the matchup weird, noting it appears driven more by financial incentive than athletic pursuit. At this late stage in their careers, he argued, their fight reads as a clear money grab rather than an effort to cement legacy or chase sporting glory. His perspective frames the event as a spectacle where rivalry, strategy, and showmanship collide, yet the primary engine remains monetary gain rather than traditional competitive spirit.
It's kind of,
it's weird.
I don't want Jake to assume they're not. It's not like a real scrap. It's not real.
Really? So they're not trying to knock each other out?
No. Well, Mike Tyson and Floyd Mayweather don't like each other. They have not liked each other forever.
Tyson and Mayweather.
Yes.
But they like
Mike
money.
Tyson and Mayweather don't like each other.
Huh.
If there's a fight that might be real, like where Mike Tyson might say, I'm going to knock this motherfucker out, or I'm going to try to knock this motherfucker out.
Floyd? They wouldn't fight.
Yeah, because if you look at like the Jake Paul fight, no disrespect, and if you look at the Roy Jones fight, no disrespect.
Yeah.
They look like they were sparring.
Yeah.
Right? It looked like there was agreements made.
Yeah.
He's still in shape. He's still fit.
They're both old as
Old as
This is the boxing.
How old is Mayweather?
67.
Dude, Bernard
49?
Hopkins was
49.
still at the best in the world at 50.
Yep.
I mean, that's
Yep.
incredible.
That doesn't mean shit though.
do you mean?
With this, because he was
Kentucky's got-
active fighting contenders.
Yeah.
Kentucky's
You're
got
talking about
Gomez
retired
on the
guys.
ground.
You're talking about two retired guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fighting the
that's
exhibition.
so
It's just
weird.
money grabs.
It's
just-
so weird,
Yeah, it is weird. It's money grabs. I don't like it, but it's fun. It's something to watch.
I'll hate on it, but I'll tune in.
Yeah, I'll tune in. It's but it's not really fight.
Tony Jeff dissected the upcoming exhibition between Mike Tyson and Floyd Mayweather Jr., drawing comparisons to Tyson's previous clash with Jake Paul. He recalled the build-up to that fight, marked by doubt over whether Tyson retained the raw power and precision needed for a knockout. Tyson's intense training and bold declarations reassured fans and analysts alike of his lethal capability. Jeff highlighted the contrast with Mayweather's methodical style, noting that throughout his career, Mayweather has meticulously selected his moments, often biding time to expose opponents' weaknesses before committing fully, a strategy that has defined his legendary, calculating approach inside the ring.
Said when Mike Tyson fought Jake Paul, that was the same, but back then we didn't know what was going to happen with that fight, because it was like, has Mike Tyson still got a little bit to be able to knock out Jake Paul? And we didn't know what to expect, because Mike was putting work in the build-up to that fight, talking about how he's going to destroy Jake Paul, so we kind of believed that. But now, Money Mayweather is doing what he's done throughout his full career. He's waited for the guy to box and then see what they're like, and then it's like, oh yeah, I'll be able to beat him. I mean, remember when Floyd fought Manny Pacquiao? Like, he waited until Manny got knocked spark out from Marquez, and then he was like, yeah, now's my time to fight him. I just don't believe that Floyd would have fought Mike Tyson if Mike Tyson didn't fight Jake Paul. But Floyd seen that Mike Tyson couldn't hardly walk to the ring. When he got to the ring, he couldn't move around. Jake Paul was running circles around him. And that being said, I'm a huge Mike Tyson fan, like huge, but we see what Floyd's doing here. He's like,
He pointed to Mayweather's patient timing against Manny Pacquiao, only stepping in after Pacquiao suffered a major defeat to Juan Manuel Marquez. Tony Jeff suggested Mayweather likely would have avoided Tyson had he not seen him falter against Jake Paul, who maneuvered freely while Tyson struggled. He stresses that the fighters are driven by distinct forces, Tyson by raw financial gain, Mayweather by calculated opportunity to pocket millions, a strategy that has defined his career and remains unwavering.